Hey friends, it's Jessica with ThatPortlandLife, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about waiving contingencies and what that means as a buyer. Today's market is admittedly crazy, so to get offers accepted, not only are buyers bidding over asking price, but they're also waiving quite a few contingencies. The two most popular ones are waiving the right to ask for a certain amount of repairs and waiving the appraisal contingency. So I want to go over what this means and what it actually looks like and what it could potentially cost you. Here we go. So first, let's go over what it means to waive your right to ask for repairs or putting a cap on the repairs that you are going to ask for. Firstly, this doesn't waive the inspection contingency completely. You're still allowed to have an inspection. You're still allowed to back out of the property if there are too many things that come up. But basically, we're making a promise to not ask for either any repairs or any repairs that are under a certain dollar amount. The thing that we're seeing most often is about $2,500. So in that instance, things like your roof or your sewer line or siding or any other major defects are very likely still going to be covered because they'll be more than $2,500, but we're not going to be able to ask for things like minor plumbing leaks or not having grounded outlets or other kind of smaller problems that always come up during inspections. You want to do this on a case-by-case basis depending on how finished the house is, but it is a great option just to show the seller that you're serious and we're not going to nickel and dime you once we get into contract. So the appraisal contingency is the other thing that we're really seeing being waived, whether that is being waived completely or being waived up to a certain dollar amount, which is giving it what we call an appraisal gap. So an appraisal is an opinion of value done by someone who works for the bank. Your lender will send someone out to the property to take a look at it, to measure it, and to look at nearby comps and make sure that what the bank is lending you is what the house is actually worth. You can't get a loan for any more than what that appraisal value comes back at. So if you waive your appraisal completely and you offered more than the appraised value, you're going to have to pay that difference in cash. If you only waived a certain amount of it, like if you said, I'll pay $10,000 over the appraised value, if the appraisal comes in low, then you're going to be paying $10,000 more than whatever that appraised value is. Make sure to talk to your realtor about the likelihood of something appraising based on your offer price before you go in and waive your appraisal, because it can end up being pretty costly. For the most part, houses are still appraising even when people are offering 50, 60, even 100,000 over list price. But make sure that you and your realtor are educated on what sales in the area look like before you do that. So I know both of these things can seem like pretty scary things to give up as a buyer. And unfortunately, that's just what's common in our market right now. And getting your offer accepted takes giving up some of your safeguards as a buyer. But as a realtor, I'm going to do everything that I can to protect you and to make sure that you're not overpaying for your house and you're not buying a house that's going to fall down. So while we're looking at houses, we just want to be really clear about what waiving those contingencies means and whether it makes sense on that house or not. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any further questions about this or want to chat with me about specifics for a house that you're looking at, I would be happy to do so. Feel free to reach out with phone, text, or email anytime. And we'll talk to you again soon.